for today's session. Today we have our expert trainer, Mr. Alex, and he will be sharing a very interesting topic about the technical SEO. During the session, you may ask the question in chat box below. Mr. Alex will answer the question at the end of the session. Without waiting any longer, I hand over the floor to Mr. Alex. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for coming in to the webinar today. My name is Alex Ang, and today we are going to this topic called the technical SEO part. SEO is a big game, it's a big thing, yeah? And it always updates. There's a lot of changes, algorithm changes, and with the integration of AI, the whole thing becomes even faster, as in the evolvement of this search engine. But today we will talk a little bit about the technical part, which is something that we can control even more to ensure we have advantage when we want to rank on the search engine. And hence, today's topic is on technical SEO. Let me share my screen over and let's do this, yeah? Okay. Today's topic is about SEO, and particularly we will go into technical SEO. So let me just share with you what does technical SEO means. Technical SEO means things that you do behind the scene of your website. Let me just go up and share with you. The one that we will focus on, technical SEO. Technical SEO basically means to enhance the overall UI, UX of your website to ensure it is user-friendly for the SEO search engine to rank you higher on Google. Now, the second part of SEO is about on-page SEO, where we will talk about keyword research, analysis, and then brainstorm what types of keywords or content should we optimize. And of course, there's another part of SEO where we call it link building strategy, where this is an outreach strategy to work with people or to get yourself featured on other people's or high authority website to build links back to your website. Okay. Before we understand how technical SEO works, first we need to understand how search engine works. You know, if you want to rank your website on SEO, first we will have to understand Google will always send out crawlers or robots to do this thing called crawling. A crawling is a process to identify any website changes, any website deletion, any new website has been published or article has been published. Yeah, so that's what's happening now. Like as I'm speaking to you, there are millions and millions of searches is going on and crawling is happening. Now, the idea here, once they have crawled, Google would also like to understand what does this website do. And this is where indexing comes in. Indexing is when Google able to record, not just identify, they can record what's happening on your website. What does your website industry? What's your industry? And what do you do? What have you changed? What have you deleted? What have you created to put inside their database? Yeah, to put inside a database so that they can do this thing called the ranking part. So 3 stages for search engine. Number 1, they will crawl all the website that you have created, changes, publish, and then they will record what are all this about. Yeah, and then when people look for you through keywords, they can rank you on Google. So now we will work on the technical SEO, which is the crawling part and the indexing part. How can we make it easier for Facebook? How can we make it easier for search engine to come to us? And how can we make it easier for them to do indexing? All right. So ranking is about content. Your keywords is relevant, your meta tag, your description, your image title, your headings, all these are relevant to the person so that it will rank you. Yeah. Now let's continue. If you have a website, if you want to do technical SEO, just a while, let me. If you are working on SEO part, first you need to understand the back end of your website. If you are not a web person, then you will need to work with your web developer to work with you on improving your website. Can be structure, can be design, can be all the functionality behind. Now we will use WordPress as most people are using WordPress nowadays. So if your website has a WordPress, then make sure you have a backend. And then you may also need to work with hosting provider, which is your cPanel login. Okay. And of course, you may need to have domain name. All right. You need to have a domain name. But most of the time, we will work on website backend and also cPanel. These two things only. All right. The other thing that you will need to install in your website for SEO is these two tools. Number one is called GA4, Google Analytics 4. It's where it measures the user's behavioral journey on how the visitors is interacting with your website. Google Analytics 4. The right-hand side is Google Search Console. Google Search Console is a tool developed by Google and it's free, where you can install and allows Google to monitor your site's performance. All right, so the keyword is the site's performance. Sometimes your website will crash. Sometimes your website will have error pages. Sometimes your website may not allow Google to crawl or to identify these pages. Yeah. So Google Search Console is more towards monitoring the site's performance. Google Analytics 4 not just only monitor your website, but mainly is to measure the behavior of the visitors when how they interact with your website. Connect your website with these two tools and it will improve the way you make decisions when it comes to SEO. Hope that makes sense to you. If you are not sure, please do ask me a question. Yeah. Let's go and talk a bit about the first thing, technical SEO. If you want to improve your SEO, you will need to do the audit first. Okay, first thing first, to do anything about SEO, audit your website. The easiest way to start audit is the website performance. If your website performance is like my right hand side, 11 points, that means you have a lot of things that we need to improve to make sure our performance go on par, go at least to the yellow color. The best, if you can go to green color, then that would be great. Website performance is critical to Google because if your website performance is not on par, it is an indication of a bad UI and UX. Okay, if your performance score is low, it is an indication that your UI and UX have some issue that you need to improve. Example, maybe your loading speed is very slow, or maybe your mobile is not responsive, or maybe your mobile is not friendly. So it's very hard for people to stay on there, to browse your website, to check out your website, to test your website, to play around and to find information. So website performance is a basic thing that we all must audit to improve the overall performance, to allow Google to give you the benefits, compared to others. So ask yourself these questions. When you want to rank a website or when you publish a website, do you think the users want a faster loading website speed or slower loading website speed? I'm sure you know the answer, because we ourselves as a user, we want the website to load like now, isn't it? The faster loading time, the better it is. These two tools that I will give you, number one is called GT Metrics. Number two is called PageSpeed.web.dev. You can play around with these two tools, and they are going to assess it, and they will give you some suggestions on what you need to improve. Having said that, this could go a little bit more technical, but I will give you some ideas on what are the things that you can do immediately improve your performance, at least from red color to yellow color. If you are in yellow color, maybe it will push you towards the green color. I'm going to go over my screen to see my Google screen here. Yeah? If not, please let me know. Type page speed insights. If you can't remember the name, just type page speed insights. Go on the first one, page speed insights, and then you will want to key in any web page URL and see whether the score is on par or you need to make some adjustment. I'll just use a random website, yeah, search engine land, and then click analyze. The analysis will give you two different marks. The first one is mobile version. The second one is the desktop version. As you go down, you see it's calculating. Yeah, the first one basically is to tell you how they make decision on giving you the points. Example, you have LCP, you have INP, you have CLS, you have TTFB, all these little metrics that adds up the point to indicate whether you need to make some adjustment or not. All right, so now this website, the indication is 34. Yeah, so red color, your job is to make it to at least yellow color. It's not that easy to publish a website with green color unless your website has very little info, has very little pages. So this website is a blog site. A blog site can go up to hundreds and hundreds of pages and articles. So it's not that straightforward. What you need to do is to go to mobile and then check also desktop. Most of the time, desktop score might have higher score compared to mobile. Yeah, desktop score will be usually higher than the mobile score. You scroll down, they will share with you what do you need to work on. Example, minimize main thread work. Make sure you reduce the largest contentful pane elements, etc., 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 etc. And they will click here to look at the. You can click here to look at the details. So, if you are not a technical person like me, I'm a marketing people, I'm not a technical person. Usually, I will work with my web person, or I will go and buy or install a plugin to help me to do this. So there are few paid plugins that we use. Yeah, we manage an agency, we use a certain plugins, and I'll give you one example. You can go to, if you are using WordPress, this is for WordPress only. You can type wp-rocket.me. So it is a paid plugin to help you improve your website speed score. Of course, there are other tools that you can, premium tools that you can try out. Do you have a free one? Answer is yes. If you go to your WordPress, you can actually find a lot of tools that is free to help you improve your overall website speed. But of course, it's very limited features. Okay, let me just give you an example. If I were to log into my WordPress backend, there's a section called plugins where you can add new plugins about speeding up your website performance. So if you go to plugins, click add new. Yeah, go to plugins, click add news, and you can actually come here and type keywords about the plugins. Example, speed. And then all the plugins that has been created, it will be here. All right. WP optimize, compress image, minify, and clean database, etc., etc. You want to look at the one that has, number one, high rating, number two, a lot of installation, just like how you were to evaluate before you install an app. Before you download an app on your phone, you will check reviews, isn't it? You will check how many install. You will also check when was the last update. as for website, you want to check this part also, last update. If you see the last update is like 12 months ago, then 6 months ago, you may want to monitor a bit. Usually, a plugins will update like every once to few months once, every month once or few months once, yeah, to improve and to patch any security risk that they may have inside the system. So you can just go ahead and install. Now I'm not going to install because I already installed a WP Rocket already. The good thing about having a WordPress key, what you call plugins, yeah, is that they make things easier and simpler for you. So instead of looking and study all these little details and what should I do, right? I can just come into my plugins example, just go to WP Rocket, which is the tools that I use to improve my website performance. You will just need to go through step by step. Yeah. Example, if I click file optimization, I can just tick, and then just click save. That's the only thing you need to do to improve your website performance. Of course, sometimes you may also have the risk when you tick all these things, you do some changes at the back end, your website may crash. That is why number one, either you must have a backup, or number two, have the web person or the cPanel hosting provider ready to access to the support. If you click, and then you save, your website crash, go to hosting, ask them to restore back to you if you're not a tech person. Okay? So backup, have hosting ready when your website have issue. Anyway, let's come back here. You can see all the things that is ready for you to improve your database, to improve lazy load features, and then you can improve your image by compressing it, by turning it into different format, etc., etc. Now I won't go into details for GT metrics. Basically, it's about the same like Google PageSpeed Insights. Now the next thing that I'd like to talk to you about is mobile friendly test. Now this mobile friendly test has been retired in December 2023 by Google. So we will use the alternative one, which is called Bing Mobile Friendliness Test Tool. This tool is important to look at whether your mobile is friendly. Yeah, example, viewport configured correctly, meaning to say your website is not overly expanded. Let's say you have a video here. Yeah? Imagine you have a video on top of this website, and if your video viewport means the sidebar to the sidebar, the side to the side is overextended, then that means your viewport is not configured correctly. Content fits device fit. This is the width, right? So if your content go over, that means the content crop means not friendly also. Text on the page is readable, means it's big enough, comfortable enough for users to read on mobile version. Link and tabs targets are sufficiently large and touch friendly, meaning to say your menu bar, when you click on the menu, right, there's a lot of menu bar comes out, right? If the link between the link is too close together, sometimes you may click two things, cannot. So this is a way to whether you need to improve mobile friendliness test tool. It's very easy, simply by going to the website again, Bing mobile friendliness test tool. Just type this one, click on this one, and again key in your website URL, click analyze. Now if you get some the warning signs, meaning that you will need to see which part that you need to work on. All right, By right, you will make sure orders is on the tick 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 side. Sometimes you may get certain error. Example, let me show you this part. The error, example, text too small to read, meaning to say that your font size is too small. How can you make sure the font size is okay to read? You use 16px. Okay, 16px. The last one. Text too small to read. The general guideline is to use 16px font size to make it easy to read. Clickable elements too close together, meaning to say your links between links or button between button is too close together. And when that happens, it's very hard for people to click on the correct link. Sometimes people accidentally click on other link. Make sure your button and interactive features are properly spaced out. Enough room for users to accurately click on. The last one is content wider than screen. Means make sure people scroll your page horizontally, not vertically. So people scroll your page up, down, isn't it? You scan the website up, down, not left, right. So if your website need people to go through with going through swiping left, swiping right, that means it may affect your mobile friendliness most of the time. Okay, so we'll click analyze again. Looks like there are some error. Now the other thing that you can test out, example, you can do something like this. Yeah, let's say search engine land. Then you can right click, just type, go to this thing called not page source. There's this thing called let me see, I couldn't find it here. Maybe I use this one. Just give me a while. Click on any website. And then you go down. Inspect. Yeah. So when you inspect, by default, it will give you the mobile elements. You can click here, this icon. It will show you mobile elements and also the desktop element. So you can scroll down and then you can see, oh, is it mobile friendly? This one's a bit left, so I need to make sure it's in the middle. And then you can see whether the button versus button, is it too small, too big? Yeah, so like this is not friendly. Then you will need to make changes, okay? That's how you can also quickly inspect whether you need things to improve. The third one is to identify error pages. If your website has error pages, I'm sure you've seen this before, right? Error 404, meaning to say that pages is broken. It's either you ignore or either you fix it. So here's the tip. Fix it if it's an important page. Example, homepage. If not, you can just ignore it. A good website was supposed to have a custom error page, and if it's important to them, let's say your homepage. Is homepage important to your website? Of course it is. But if your homepage is error, then you need to fix it. But if you have a website or if you have an article, say you wrote it 10 years ago and it's outdated already, and now becomes error 404, do you need to fix it? Answer is no. You can choose not to fix it because anyway, Google will not rank and no one want to see its outdated content. You don't need to purposely go and fix it. It's not a priority. But if you want to do cleaning of your website, then you will need to. Yeah. So error 404 means the page is not available. Google can't catch it. What is this page? So error 404, it could be because you change the URL, you delete the page, the type of things. It will cause error. So how do you fix? Number one, you restore back. Sometimes you accidentally deleted it. You want to restore back. Or you want to redirect it. So when people type the wrong URL, it will redirect to the proper page. Number three, you can ignore it because Google will eventually derank the page. Number four, you can customize the error page to capture leads and traffic. Yeah, Example, see, here are some helpful links that may help you find what you're looking for. So I don't tell people like the left side, oh, it's a error. Instead, I tell them, hey, here are some helpful links that you may help useful. Number one, go to our main page or start your free trial, or here's our support, or log in to browse your quest. A custom error 404 page will actually help you capture some traffic, redirect them back to your home page. Yeah. So this is a small little things that you can do if you have error pages. How do you check error pages? How do you know? If you have 4 or 5 pages, it's easy. You can just test one by one. But if you have 100 pages, so these are the tools that you can do. Search Console, number 1. Number 2, Site Guru is an SEO tools as well. Number 3, Atom SEO. Let me just give you one example. I'll just use siteguru.co and go to free SEO tools example. Look at broken link checker. Yeah. If you go to Google and type broken link checker, you will see a lot of tools also. There's no best tools, just the tools that is suitable for you. Yeah. Click here. Same thing, I will use this website, put it in here, click test. They will check. If it's okay, they'll put okay. If there's 404, they will tell, oh, there's a 404, 404, 404. Yeah. Now, 403 forbidden. Forbidden means it has prevented Google from indexing. Sometimes you may set a rules telling Google that, hey, Google, please don't index me. Yeah. So you cannot go in. So Google can't check. So they check. If you have 200, you go through and see if it's okay, then no problem. If it's forbidden and it's unintentional, then you may want to review again with your team. If it's intentional, then that's okay. All right. So let me summarize. Error 404 pages, you don't need to fix unless it is important to you, unless it brings in traffic and results. How do you fix? It's either you restore back, sometimes you deleted it, or you redirect the old page to the new page, or you can ignore it, or you can customize it. Next one. You can also use rank math, which is a SEO tools. Of course, you can use other things like all-in-one SEO, Yoast SEO. These are other plugins that you can use to monitor error pages and do redirection with them. 404 monitor redirection with them. So this rank math, it's a simplified SEO tools that you can put inside your WordPress. It will simplify your workflow, your job, your productivity, increase your productivity, because there has a lot of very powerful tools that you can easily click and set up. Okay, it's free and you can upgrade later on if you want. Rank math, and it's very the price for money is very good. That means it's not expensive, it's affordable, and you can use on unlimited sites. Okay. If you have Google Search Console, you will see something like this also. Google Search Console, you will see, they will say there are some pages that is not indexed, 404. 139 pages. So look at why so many pages is not indexed. Oh, maybe because you have some migration going on. That means you moving from old website to a new website. Or maybe you deleted a lot of website or articles that is not relevant to you, so then that is okay. So you can monitor through Google Search Console as well. Once you fix it, if you want to fix 404, once you have, let's say, restored it, redirected all these things, you can click validate fix inside Google Search Console. Next, if your website is this one, not secure, then make sure your website is HTTPS. It's a secure. what we call is a security certificate to tell Google that this website is okay, it's safe to browse, it's secure because they got encrypted security to prevent your data leak out. So HTTPS, it's important to allow Google telling people that your website is safe to browse. If your website is not secure, then Google will have the red color warning zone. I'm sure you have seen that. Let me see if I can pull it out from the Google. HTTP warning sign. You see this one before, right? I'm sure you've seen this before. Connection is not private. Connection is not private. So if you've seen that, means cannot because it's HTTP. So make sure it's HTTPS. Everything must be HTTPS. How do you get that? When you buy a domain name, they already give you usually. Sometimes you may need to buy separately, but it's not expensive. How do you call? I think less than 100 you can get. Of course, there are more premium 150, 200 also have. But I don't see the difference if you ask me. So URL, make sure starts with HTTPS, not HTTP. The right side, site favicon. Make sure our website has site favicon. Site favicon is this one. On the left hand side, you can see logo, right? Logo on my browser. Logo. This is also a basic things that we must input in our website. Favicon, this is called favicon. So how do you do that? Just go to your WordPress, go to appearance, and then go to customize. Okay, customize. And in your WordPress, everyone, because if you use WordPress, then the layout will be the same. You'll come to this customizing page. You just need to come here and click site identity. Site identity. So click here, site identity. Let it expand. And you can put in your title, give it a headline, and then change the image. So this image that you upload, make sure it's follow the guideline 412 times 412 icon pixels to allows you to upload. Alright, basic but critical. If you upload your site favicon, you will also see something like this. Example, you will see you will see the favicon here, right? If you don't do it, what will happen to you? It will look something like this. Can you see? Now, of course, this is Google Ads. Didn't verify. Anyhow, if you don't upload your site favicon, it will give you a globe. It will give you a default globe. All right. Let's go for the next one. Next one is to submit XML sitemap. XML sitemap. So XML sitemap, it's where you want to tell Google, hey Google, this is my website, please come and have a look. This is optional. Not everyone need to submit this XML sitemap. But if you really want Google to study your website like quickly, then you can submit XML sitemap. So XML sitemap is a file where you need to upload to your web pages. Not web pages, to your hosting to provide Google information about your web pages. Okay, and then the relationship between them. XML sitemap is to make it more efficient for Google to crawl and index the content. That's it. If you don't submit XML sitemap, that's okay too. Google will still pick it up. Just that sometimes the way they pick up is not what you want. You may have this scenario. XML sitemap is important, especially when your website has a lot of pages. If your website structure looks like this, very, very messy, then you will need XML sitemap to help you organize these pages. I mean, in a way, you need to submit this code, put inside your cPanel file, then it will allow Google to pick up more efficiently. Google may still crawl and index your sites even if you don't submit your sitemap. Okay, so Google will still crawl and index your site even if you don't submit. So it's an optional thing. So you can check whether you already have XML sitemap by typing your website like this. Your website name.com/sitemap_index.xml. Then you will see this XML sitemap index file contains 7 sitemap: post, page, attachment, category. You want to tell Google, hey Google, we have post, we have page, we have category inside our website. How do you submit? Few things. Number one, you can generate. After you generate, you upload to backend server and then you submit using GSC. This is a little bit really technical, but it's easy, yeah? Not difficult. You just need to get used to it. Number one, generate a sitemap. Number two, upload the sitemap or the file into your server, and then you submit using Google Search Console, and Google will come and read everything. Yeah, you go to Google Search Console example, you can come here, add a new sitemap, and then you can just click submit. That's it. It's very simple. Go to Google Search Console. Once you have the sitemap already, then you just put it in here, submit. If you use rank math, it's very easy also. Okay, if you use rank math, let me just go through with you a little bit. Hold on, yeah. Let me just take out this one. Click X. That's why we will need to use plugins to enable us to reduce our workload, technical workload. Because if you do marketing, all those things becomes taxing to you. And if you are not a programming people, it's very hard. Huh? So just go to Rank Math SEO. Okay, so you can go to dashboard. Now they can monitor 404 page for you. They can do analytics for you. Then they can do indexing for you. News sitemap. Okay, sorry, but this is news lah. If you do news related content sitemap, then you can generate. If not, then you can here. Just click here, settings. Enables Rank Math to create sitemap for you, so it's easy for you. Yeah. So just follow me. All the tutorial is here. Then you can just look at it. Yeah. They will give you a link. You save changes. They will give you a link like this. This one. Okay. Click. So these are the previous sitemap that you have created. Yeah. So it will appear. So sitemap. Next one is to check duplicate content. If your website has duplicate content, Google doesn't know which one to rank. A duplicate content is a content that is similar or exact copies of the other website or in your own website. It can be on different pages or on the same website. Yeah. So now the context scenario we will talk about is similar or exact copies on the same website. Duplicate content also applies if you only slightly rewritten. So next time when you publish an article, don't just copy and paste. Even if you make some changes, it will also consider as duplicate content. Let me give you an example. Okay, I'll come back to this later. You look at my right hand side, this one. The brown fox jump over the lazy dog. Then I make changes. The brown fox leap over the lazy canine. Canine is a types of dog breed. Jump, leap. Still consider duplicate content. You just change the word only. The other thing is to make sure your website, whenever you type this website link, it should go to here. So you can try HTTP, HTTPS, HTTPS, www, all of this should go to this part. All domain should direct to the same site URL. Or else, if you this one have one version, this one have another version, meaning duplicate content most of the time. Is that okay? Simple thing to take note. This is also duplicate content. So left, right, consider duplicate content. One is duplicate articles, one is duplicate website. One way to do it is to set this thing called canonical tag. Canonical tag is to tell Google who is the main person I should point to. Yeah, say this is similar content, similar content, similar content, but the main content is which one? Is this one. So you tell Google that, hey, this is the main one. Let me give you an example. Shoes. Red shoes, pink shoes, blue shoes. So when people type shoes, which one should appear? Answer is this one, isn't it? Because the shoe. But sometimes Google just not sure. Maybe should I shoot this one? Or should I show this one? Or should I show this one? You set canonical tag to tell Google, hey Google, this is the representative of the main content. The rest is just supplemental or support. Go down. So canonical tag is an HTML code that helps search engine to determine the main version of a page. A canonical tag is a piece of HTML code. Again, last time when things is not that advanced, you will need to type in the code by yourself. But now, no need. So if you go to Google Search Console, under Pages, you can also see canonical tag. Yeah, canonical tag. So there are 4 pages have proper canonical tag. That means there's 4 pages. You tell Google these are the main site. How do you do that? Huh? So canonical tag not just only help search engine index more quickly, but also establish proper authority and rank the original content. Yeah, canonical version means it's the original one. And it will also help search engine to evaluate the quality of your content, okay? That's the main thing of why we will need to do canonical tag if you have a lot of content that looks similar. Academy, education, yeah, example, master graduate, postgraduate, and then the cost of the outline are similar, then you becomes a trouble. How do you solve this issue? One, if you want to reduce duplicate content, there are a few things. Number one, rewrite or de-optimize the content. You don't need to use canonical, okay? You can just rewrite or de-optimize it. Number two, you can remove the duplicate content. Number three, you can set canonical tag, yeah, with rank math. So canonical tag inside rank math is the same thing. Come here. You can go to dashboard again. It's under the post, huh? Sorry. I don't have it here. But inside rank math, where you can actually go into and find the canonical to tell rank math which one is the original content. Okay? Or you can redirect it. You can redirect one URL to another URL. Or lastly, you can file a DMCA report, notice on Google, and ask them to remove the content. If someone steal your content, copy your content and paste it and claim it's their original, you can use this tool called DMCA to take down notice on the content. Let me just show you quickly. Go to a browser, type DMCA Google. Okay. It's a place where you can report content on Google to claim the copyright for you. Just go through the process one step at a time, and then you're good to go. Simple. So let me just share with you, how do you check duplicate content, by the way? How do you check? So there's one tool, it's called Siteliner. Let me just show you. Click siteliner.com, and you can click search and put in the website that you want to audit. Click siteliner.com. Go. Yeah. So once you have this what do you call the report, example pages, let me just show you. They'll tell you duplicate content about 22%. There are about 78% of the batch percentage of this duplicate content. But if this duplicate content is under category, category or summary of everything, then duplicate content is fine. So duplicate content does not apply to everything. It depends on which are you trying to audit. If it's a article versus article and the article is duplicated, then it's duplicate content. But if your platform, like your website, has category, has library, has glossary, has summary. Summary is the excerpt of everything, right? So it will have duplicate content, which is fine. What about footer? Isn't it? Every page your footer is the same. Every page your menu is the same. Those are also considered duplicate, but that's okay because it's part of how website works. In summary, duplicate content, let me just write here, content may affect your web page ranking. Number 1, slightly rewritten. Slightly rewritten. Right? Copy content. Copy and paste content. So don't do that, yeah? So what you want to do, how to solve? Number 1, check if it's necessary. Like menu, footer, category, all this no need to fix. No need to fix. But if it's like example courses, let's say you have product A and product B, the description, the presentation, etc. If it's same, then you will need to use either canonical tag. Okay, either you write different description or you use canonical tag. Right? How do you use canonical tag? You can use rank math, you can use Yoast SEO, you can use all-in-one SEO, you can do it manually, up to you. Or you can use your platform. Let's say you use Wix, use Shopify, they also have a way to help you do that. Yeah. How do you check? How to check? So use Siteliner. Okay. All right. Let me go through the last part. I think the last one is to check your page depth. Page depth basically means if your website has a lot of page, click and click and click and click and click and click, that's called the depth. Page depth, also known as click depth. Oops, sorry. Page depth, also known as click depth. The more clicks for a user to click to reach your URL, the less user-friendly your site would be. Okay. Optimal click depth should be 3 to 4 clicks. That means you don't want people to click and click and click and click. So within 3 to 4 clicks, you want them to get to the destination. So always review your website architecture. If your website has a lot of products to share, if your website, your company has a lot of services, a lot of SKU, then your page depth is very important. If you are just a usual corporate website, 5 pages, 6 pages, then that is okay, not a problem. All right, simple. You can review. The right-hand side is the bad one. See, page, and then between page, a bit of category, another page you have different category. So very messy. But if a good architecture, you can home, category, sub, then product. So learning how to have a proper website category or make it organized, also important for user experience, isn't it? So that part will actually helps improve the user engagement, user staying time, and probably your overall conversion. What can you do? 1, you can use breadcrumb. Breadcrumb is this one. Click woman apparel, click. So all these breadcrumbs will appear on top of the website as you browse through the product. So this thing is like a history of where you are right now. Which section are you at right now? If I want to go back to apparel, I just click here, click apparel, it will go back. I don't need to go back. Takes very long time. If I just want to go out and look at other women's category, I just click women, then all the things will come out again. Use breadcrumb menu for navigation, and you can also use internal linking. If you want to learn more about this, click here. Instead of asking people, instead of letting people own self to find out which page they want to look for later. So use breadcrumb and revisit your website and see whether it's okay for people to use. Is the UI UX okay? Yeah. So when it comes to this thing, yeah, page depth is the UI and UX really. Okay. More specifically, it's more about UX, user experience. Sometimes people also use search bar, isn't it? Especially e-commerce platform, search bar, you can search whatever you want because there's a lot of products. So how people are going to find you? Click use search bar. So search bar can also help to minimize the time research cost, improve engagement and user experience. Let me just summarize the things that we talk about. Number 1, improve website performance and speed. If you want to do technical SEO, remember to audit using GT metrics, using page speed insights. Make your website mobile friendly and mobile responsive. Yeah, check whether the content is too wide until it crop it over the width. So it's up, down, not left, right. Number 2, look at the size of the font. If you need to zoom in the font when you look at the website on mobile, meaning it's too small. Make sure your font type is 16. Okay, if you want to put 14, 12, fine. You try it out, you test and see. And you can also adjust yourself. You can look through yourself first before you publish, isn't it? So up, down, not left, right. Don't let people to zoom in your content, yeah? Set up site title and favicon. Remember, a browser, there's a small corner, there's a small logo that you need to upload. Fix and find error pages. If you have broken links, it will reduce user experience. People will have, bad experience and people don't stay long enough. Google pick up the signal, Google will derank you. When you have error pages, decide whether it's important. If it's important, you can fix it. If it's not important, you can clean it later. It's not a big deal. Google automatically will also derank the error pages. If the error pages memang or literally not usable, then you just let Google do the job. You don't have to do anything. Enable SSL certificate, where you need to have a HTTPS protocol, not HTTP. HTTPS means secure, encrypted, and you will not have the message of warning sign from Google. Number 7, fix duplicate version of your site. Remember, exact copy, consider duplicate. From other people, copy paste, also duplicate. Or you slightly rewritten, also duplicate. So what can you do? Go through it, set canonical, and de-optimize by rewrite it a lot. And then some duplicate version is allowed. Example, footer, menu, categories. Those are the certain duplicate content is allowed on your website. And Google, of course, they will understand. It's impossible for you to create 100% original content. No, you are going to have duplicate percentage. The lower, the better. Submit website sitemap. If you don't do this, it's okay. Google will honor it. Google will pick up. Just that if you want Google to study or you want to make Google crawl your website more efficiently, then you can submit your website sitemap. You can do it manually. You can go out there and just type example. Go here and type sitemap generator. Yeah, just go in here and click. Just put in your website and then they'll start generating a sitemap for you. They will pull all the data from your website, then the sitemap you can put inside the hosting server and allows Google to pick up. Of course, remember to use Google Search Console to submit. Yeah. And last one, check your page tab, click that. So revisit website architecture and make sure people have a good user experience by clicking within maximum 2, 3, 4 clicks to reach their destination. If you have more than that, use search bar, use breadcrumb, or compile all the things in one pages instead of click. Page tab equals to click tab. Remember that, yeah? All right, I hope these sessions works out for you. I'm trying to go slowly because for marketers who are just into Google SEO, this may look a bit daunting. A lot of things require you to have time to familiarize. If you can't remember, just remember this summary, okay? And I confirm, very sure that if you follow these steps or the concept that I share with you, you will see improvement in your website traffic, engagement, okay? And hopefully the conversion that you're looking for. It can be download, it can be requests, it can be inquiries, it can be growing subscribers list of database. With that, thank you very much. We have a bit of time to do Q&A. If there's any Q&A, let me know. So over to you, Kunalan.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for your interesting session. Okay, feel free to leave a comment in the chat box below. Let's wait a moment, sir.
Yeah, sure thing, no problem.
Okay, sir, we have one comment, sir.
Do you have any recommendation for free apps that can help improve page speed for Shopify? I think Shopify apps you will need to purchase. So for Shopify, I don't have at the moment because Shopify is an ecosystem by itself. So you may want to go inside Shopify under the app section there and look at whether all this is on need to pay or not. But for my understanding, Shopify, most of the apps is paid. So if you don't want to use free apps, then you do manually. That means you, example, your image size, you compress it, your image size, you crop it to match the version of the website. Or number two, you upload less picture, example, or you turn your picture into different format, which is called WebP format. Okay, PNG, JPEG to WebP. So it's a Google image format that you can upload it to your Shopify and let Google load faster. Yeah. So the other thing you can do and check whether there's a setting, this thing called the lazy load. Lazy load means I scroll, load, scroll, load, scroll, load. Yeah. So lazy load will somehow load the first part of what I see in the screen. Then you scroll, then only load. Yeah, that will actually improve the overall performance. If there's no free apps, the only way we can do manual one. All right. I hope I answer your questions. So remember and check the apps, yeah, at the back end, see whether they have or not. All right.
Fine, sir. So for one question only, sir.
Why is that?
So for one question only.
Okay, good. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very
Um,
much, sir.
yeah, look forward seeing all of you. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye
thank you. Have
bye.
a good
Thanks,
day, sir.
Vivian. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.